Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Gika and I would like to welcome you all to my presentation on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Now, if I were to ask you where the world's largest landfill was located, I bet that your first guess wouldn't be in the middle of the North Pacific. I mean, how could the world's largest landfill be located in the middle of our beautiful and pristine ocean, right? Sadly, that truly is the case. The largest landfill in the world is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This floating landfill, which is as large as the state of Texas, creates numerous hazards to marine life and to the overall health of our oceans. In the coming minutes, I will be discussing the current damages that the garbage patch presents to its surrounding ecosystem and what we can all do to help. The floating garbage in the ocean is harmful and threatens marine life. Perhaps a part of the ocean filled with plastic doesn't seem that bad. I mean, we could start cleaning it up or finding a solution for how to remove all that plastic waste from the ocean. However, so far no country in this world has taken responsibility for this mess that we have all created. And until we all begin taking responsibility, this pile will just keep growing and growing and killing off our oceans and the once abundant marine life. The majority of this floating garbage island is made from plastic, which can take hundreds to even thousands of years to decompose. So, not only is our ocean full of plastic trash, but the time it takes to decay is so long that the pile keeps growing with nothing even being taken out or cleaned up. This plastic can then break up into tiny pieces as time goes by, and fish end up ingesting it as they mistake it for food. For example, it has become apparent that turtles often swallow plastic bags because they mistake them for jellyfish, which is their main food source. Entanglement is also a growing problem for marine animals in the Pacific. There are abandoned plastic fishing nets that entangle animals such as seals, turtles, dolphins, and many others. Trash can wrap around flippers and cause circulation loss, or even amputation. It can create cuts or open wounds, which lead to bacterial infections and sick marine animals. Trash like plastic bags, nets, and other large debris can even smother an animal to the point where it drowns or suffocates. Fishermen today use plastic fishing nets due to its low cost and durability. But what we don't often realize is that these fishing nets, once lost or thrown away, continue fishing on their own as they float around in the ocean, entangling and killing off marine life. Not all the trash floating in the garbage patch is as easy to distinguish as plastic bags or large fishing nets. Plastic resin pellets are common debris that can be found in the ocean. Now, in case you do not know, resin pellets are very tiny granules used for industrial purposes, such as shipping or being melted for manufacturing. These tiny, almost pebble-like plastic pellets are often lost along the way and end up in the ocean where they are mistaken for food. For example, the short-tailed albatross in the Pacific searches for food to feed to its young by scouring the ocean looking for fish eggs. Resin pellets have an uncanny resemblance to fish eggs to these birds. And so the albatross scoops it up and feeds the plastic to its young unknowingly. The young chicks cannot digest this plastic and eventually either die from starvation or a ruptured organ. Many dead birds have been found on beaches all over the world, with stomachs full of plastic bits and debris. Marine animals that ingest plastic will eventually face suffocation, internal bleeding, and starvation. More than 1 million birds in marine life die each year from consuming or being caught in ocean debris. Trash not only affects marine animals negatively, but also the world's beaches and shorelines. Beaches become almost like toxic trash dumps, filled with this plastic and debris that floats in from the ocean. Sand dunes become filled with plastic bits, and sand itself becomes a mixture of trash and man-made objects. This plastic, along with the resin pellets found in the ocean, are filled with harmful toxins in high concentrated amounts, which can then leach into the water, the sand, and eventually the animals and the humans that eat these animals. So as you can see, trash in the ocean affects not only animals, but us humans as well. To put some of this floating trash into perspective, it is important to realize that even though we can definitely clean up the big fragments of trash, such as cans, bottles, nets, and anything else that can be easily spotted or easily retrieved, we can't, however, clean up 100% of the ocean, because so much of this trash is broken down into smaller and smaller pieces, and a large amount of it lies deep below the ocean, maybe even 100 feet or more. Removing some of these smaller pieces of trash might not even be effective, because, unknowingly, we could also be removing tiny marine animals like plankton or phytoplankton, which make up the basis of the food chain and keep our oceans healthy. So you see how the ocean is all connected, and disturbing even one small aspect of the ocean can in fact disturb so much more than we know. While this is upsetting, we should not let that discourage us from finding a solution to this messy problem. What it really comes down to is managing this waste while it is on land, where most of this trash originates. Don't get me wrong, it is definitely important to clean up our oceans as best as we can, punish illegal ocean dumping, and do all we can to limit the trash in the ocean. However, it is more effective to stop this problem at the source. Lobbying companies to find alternatives for plastic can eliminate this problem of non-degradable resources ending up in the ocean. Also, expanding recycling programs to accommodate and encourage individuals to recycle instead of throwing out their plastic containers could help in limiting the amount of trash that enters the ocean. But remember to keep in mind that the first and most important step is that each of us, wherever we are located in the world, need to start taking responsibility for this trash island and begin cleaning it up so that our future children can enjoy the oceans just like we have, without pollution, without trash, and without disease. The effects of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch are hard to hear. This man-made trash island kills our marine life and further damages our oceans every day. However, with the necessary steps, each of us can begin doing what little we can to change this catastrophe. I encourage you all to educate those around you on the effects of trash in our oceans and marine life. And I hope that you now better understand the solutions available to fix this issue. I want to thank you all for listening to my presentation.